Ooh. Hey guys, it's me and Glam Goat. Meh, 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 meh. And the little pink princess dragon. Hello, everybody. It's time for the eyeshadow changings. Yes, it is. So, you guys go take a seat. I have pulled a nerve or a muscle or something right inside my shoulder blade, and I can feel it down through the back of my elbow, all the way through. These two fingers are just like, I'm actually hoping that by the time this video really goes up, I will have been to a chiropractor and, have something under control. I don't have any health insurance, so I'm not sure how I'm going to make this happen, but, you know. Okay. Anybody who's been a subscriber for a little while knows that generally we have a beautiful pink background, etc., etc. Right now, I can't sit up. I got this pillow like putting pressure on. It's just the only way I can be comfortable. Otherwise, it is like screaming horror pain, just searing horrible pain. So that's why we are not in our usual spot, which I tried. And if you go back and watch the Ipsy, you can tell that was fast and furious because I hurt so bad by the time I got done doing that one. No, I knew there was no way I was doing any more until I can figure out this pain issue. So every month I pick out new eyeshadow palettes to use. Whew. Not that I'm not going to use any other eyeshadows that month, but I pick out 3 that I'm going to really try to reach for and, mostly utilize during the month. And then at the end of the month, I take those palettes and I just kind of, go over them and see, like, do I still like them? Did I reach for them? Did I enjoy using them? Did I feel like I had to like force myself to reach for them? What was the deal going on there, right? So last month, January palettes, I used the Jackie Aina from Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It's a beautiful palette. You can see it in the light there. See, that's the other thing. Light just bites over here. And I can't move, so I can't pick anything up. The brush is the original brush. I haven't even taken it out. That's just gonna stay right there. But those are the shades. You can see I put a little bit of a hurt on it. I actually have that on right now. Again, it was kind of a hurried up makeup mess because I couldn't hold my hand up long enough to do anything. It took forever. But this is a really nice palette. I'm really glad that I got it. I actually purchased this in a Ipsy, one of those special deals that they have. It was like this with a lipstick or something. But yes, very, very excited. I like that palette. I reached for it a lot. This one I usually just kind of throw in just because if I feel like doing a green look, this is like a really good palette for a green look. It's the little e.l.f. bite size. These little bite size palettes you can buy from e.l.f. for like $3, I think. Worth every penny. And any other palettes that you see that are like comparable to this, don't buy them. Go get the ones from e.l.f. because their little bite-sized palettes are really good. Okay, I ended up taking another palette that I had not planned on taking, and that is the what is this? The Peak palette from Natasha Denona. Okay, and the main reason I grabbed onto this was because neither one of these two palettes has a transition shade. This one, I mean, you know, this is Jackie Aina. It's very dark complected. There's probably a really good transition shade in there for her. Not so much for me. So, this was just kind of laying on my desk. And that right there is a nice transition shade. As you can see, pretty sure you can tell I hit that quite a bit. Just, you know, I did kind of get into some of the other ones too, but mostly I hit up that transition shade. Okay, and then the Siete London, I don't remember what the name is. Oh, the Editor palette. It's a pretty palette. I like the design and the color and everything. Beautiful big mirror, and there's the shades. I'm a little bit torn on this palette. Now, if you use a good primer and you go back over it with some setting spray and just sort of like, you know, a little bit, she'll last all day. I had no problem with that. I used this for my transition shade, but my problem was mostly with I tried doing a blue look using, you know, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And on the eye, they're all pretty much the same color. I mean, you would think that maybe not, but no, they are. I even was hoping that if I put this one next to this one, it would make a difference, but it didn't. It just, on the eye, unless you were really close to it, it just looked like the same color. It just not, you know, the pigment is there. It's just not, the colors are too similar. They just don't work together because they're so similar, you know, too much alike. Who else did I have that problem with? This one is nice and purple, but this one and this one, well, they look like it kind of looks like one is purple and the other one is maybe a little more mauve. That one and that one. On the eye, again, they are very much too much alike. And the green looks great when you swatch it, but again, on the eye, there's an awful lot of blue in that green, and if you put it with these blues, it just sort of, you have to really work at keeping it separate or it'll get just lost in the blur of the blue. So I'm kind of torn with this palette because it did it did perform. It stayed where it was supposed to. It lasted all day. The shimmers were pretty. Um, the mattes did their jobs. It's just that for as loaded as this palette is, I feel like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this palette could have been like this and been fine. You know what I'm saying? There's like too many shades that are just too much alike that don't work together. And you could have just taken those ones out altogether. Uh, so I don't know. I mean, the first time I used it, I was really disgusted. And I was like, oh boy, I'm going to have to force myself. The second time I used it, I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this thing? You know? By the time I used it the third time, I kind of had it figured out and I was able to make it work. The thing is, though, if you're going to buy an eyeshadow palette, I mean, to me, makeup should be fun, you know, especially if you're doing that kind of colors. That should be fun. That it shouldn't be a job. It should be fun. And if you're gonna have to think that hard about, you know, making these things work together, then there are a whole lot of other palettes out there that do a better job at like having truer shades. So while I did enjoy it after I figured it out, I would never purchase that palette. It's too much work. It's just too much work. There's no way. Wouldn't purchase it. So that was last month. Now, February. Amore. Okay, it's, you know, the whole Valentine's Day, and while I'm not in a relationship, and I doubt if I ever will be again, you know, so the whole Valentine's Day thing is lost on me. Don't care. I do like the roses and the hearts and everything pink, and you know, I like the whole decor of it. So so you know that's going to reflect in my choice of palettes. And of course, the brand Valentine palette, the Scarlet Edition, is a definite must for February. I mean, hello. I've had her for a while. She might have to retire in another year or two, but yeah, there's a lot of pretty stuff in here. This is not a real expensive palette, but it's not like a cheap one either. The shades do work very well. They're waterproof. They blend. They're pretty much true to what you see in the pan is what you're going to get on your eye. There's a lot of, you know, pink. There's shimmers. There's mattes. I don't believe there's any glitter in here. But you know, she's a pretty thing now. There's a couple shades in here that are pretty similar. God, she's still awful creamy. And that's a matte. Alright, where's the shimmer? Like, I'm pulling up all these mattes. I'm like, where's the shimmer? Give me a shimmer. There we go. You know, just beautiful. Okay. And she goes on like that. It's buildable, yet oh come on, give me a towel. but it goes on pretty pigmented to begin with, and it blends well. And yeah, when you go to take it off, you're gonna need cleanser, cause yep. Um, this was one of my very first palettes, and so she's old. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, if not this year, possibly next year, she's gonna have to retire. You know, we'll see. We'll see how she performs this year, but they all still feel pretty. Those ones that I just hit up looked good, swatched good, and they felt nice and creamy. So, and I keep it in a box. Like, I keep all my stuff in the original boxing, so it does last longer that way. Okay, and we have the Sweet Pinks by Juvia's. Now, I recall this used to be Juvia's place. So I don't know if there's been a change in the company name, but it doesn't say Juvia's place, it just says Juvia's. This was in my Secret Santa gift from Becca of Becca's Beauty Journey. Yeah, she knows me, doesn't she? Pink. Look at that. That's like so nice. And I think you might could use this one for a transition shade. That's the thing I'm looking at now. I'm like, okay, what? I didn't used to need a transition shade, but the more I get into it, the more I realize that, especially where you want to do a lot of blending, you definitely need a transition shade. Feels just absolutely beautiful. I don't know, that's almost like a peachy pinky. That might not work for a transition shade. Is there some place we can put this? Oof. Okay, that hurt. So obviously, February, this is definitely a palette that's going to get used during this month. And then I needed another palette just for, grins and giggles, and maybe something that's not all pink. So, my Too Faced Pumpkin Spice, which is like brand new, and I don't think I've even really used it. It smells so good. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's toppers. There's a nice transition shade. There's a lot of fun stuff in there to play with, and in my experience, Too Faced plays well with others. So, like all of these shades, if I want to use them with those other palettes, it should not be an issue. And again, like I said, there's a nice transition shade right there. A lot of golds. I don't know if we have a silver or not. Might have to pull a silver out from somewhere. But at any rate, so ooh, gosh, it's starting to hurt me again. So that's the changing of the palettes. Well, I haven't got my fashion style box for January yet. That bites. That should be coming pretty soon. So, we'll have some stuff here pretty quick. And hopefully next time you see me, I won't, be like a cripple laid up here against a pillow and not being able to move. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, if you're not already a subscriber, you know the drill. Hit the button 3 times a week. Notification button. This is kind of a boring week. It's a weird week just because of this injury, but generally we have more fun. Ooh, I have more palettes coming in the mail too, so we're definitely going to have some eyeshadow fun this month. Meh, like us, meh. Hey, he's got no thumbs, no hooves. So, could you really, really just do us a huge favor and give him a thumbs up, because he can't do it. I would just love if you would join our little Goat Glam group and, make comments below. What do you think? Do you have any of these palettes? What do you think of the palettes that I chose for next month? What do you think of the palettes that I used last month? Do you have any of them? Give me your opinion. Do you have any other suggestions? Do you have a palette that you're going to use for February because it's, a Valentine-y palette? Let me know. Comment below. And until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing, because I'm sure I can't move. Totally cannot. I'm sleeping like this. I cannot move. So, dancing is out of the question for me until I go and see a chiropractor. But I sure do hope that you have 0 aches and pains and you wake up dancing every single day. Bye bye. Oh, can she reach it? Ah!